Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity, and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. In today's video, we are going to be doing a reading and energy update for our beautiful collective here on YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead and get started today by shuffling the traditional tarot cards. If you would like to contribute your energy in a stronger way, then you can do so by liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as these are forms of energetic transference that do tend to allow me to pick up more easily on your energy and channel more specifically for you. Wow, a very powerful card to start off today's reading. We actually have the Lovers card in the reverse position. And the thing about this card is that it's actually sitting on the crown chakra. So this is bringing through a highly spiritually charged connection here between a divine feminine and divine masculine. Now, do keep in mind that when I use those labels, we are using those labels to describe energies, so they aren't connected necessarily to any specific gender. Also, we all do have a balance internally of both the divine feminine and divine masculine. So these messages could apply to your internal divine feminine or divine masculine, to an external person or situation, or they, of course, might not resonate for you personally, because at the end of the day, it's only your intuition that has the answers, that holds all of the keys for you and for your life. So it's my only goal through these readings to assist you in more consciously confirming and connecting with your own intuition, your own intuitive voice within. So here we have the Ace of Cups reversed as well. So what I'm getting very strongly is someone is feeling a bit of sadness because they're concerned that the love here isn't requited or isn't returned. I'm hearing loving something that they're scared isn't loving them back. The irony is here, though, I feel that this is mirrored. So I might be picking up on a counterpart situation, a divine feminine and divine masculine, who are actually strongly mirroring each other, but they're both worried that the other isn't returning their feelings or returning their love. So for whoever I'm channeling here today, know that whatever you are feeling internally, especially if it revolves around wondering whether these feelings are reciprocated, doubts around the connection, know that this is actually being mirrored by your counterpart here, by the other person involved in the situation. So what else can I channel about the mirrored emotions taking place here? Okay, we have the King of Pentacles in the reverse position. We also have the Nine of Wands reversed. So I might be picking up on a divine feminine who has a masculine in her energy, who is coming up as this King of Pentacles reversed. So I'm already getting right away, by the way, I feel the need to say this. This is most likely going to be one of those readings where we are jumping around a bit just because it's how I'm feeling guided, where we are picking up a lot of different threads of energy, which could correspond for you to some of the same physical people in different energetic states of being. But for others of you, This may be one of those readings where you are kind of picking and choosing which threads of energy are connecting with you personally and how they are connecting, whether it's resonating with something taking place within you internally, with an external love situation, with a work situation, etc. So I just wanted to give that little message to kind of preface what's coming through here. But with this thread of energy, I feel I just got a download because we're jumping around that actually might be mirroring what's happening for a divine feminine here, where you might actually be feeling a bit scattered when it comes to relationships or opportunities or your love life. You might be feeling as though your energy is being pulled in different directions, or there are these different dynamics or people kind of reaching for or grabbing for your attention here, whether it's people from your past who are spiritually reaching out to you, people who want to enter your life that you might have a soul connection with from past lives, or even people that you are currently very physically 3D connected to. I'm hearing your energy is in really high demand at this time, which of course necessitates energy clearing on a very consistent basis, because even if this isn't connecting romantically, your energy is in high demand in a general sense. There are many people who are really wanting to connect with you, to possibly give you some kind of an opportunity. So discernment within yourself, of course, discerning which offers are for you and which aren't aligned for you and your path, as well as consistent energy clearing, are so essential at this time because of the way so many different people and things seem to be reaching out for you energetically. And a lot of this could be happening invisibly as well. So these don't have to be people physically reaching out. This could be people reaching out to you in dreams who are just kind of pulling on your energy during the day, etc. But getting back to this specific masculine, I feel this person coming up as a King of Wands reversed as well. So this definitely seems like a masculine who's been very focused on themselves, but in what we might label as a negative sense when it comes to interpersonal relationships, because I feel like this is someone who's been lacking empathy because they've been so self-focused. For some reason, I keep hearing something about self-promotion. So maybe they're very focused on constantly promoting themselves in their work and their career and what they're doing, constantly talking about themselves. This might be someone who isn't a very good listener, or someone that you could speak to or connect with for a very long period of physical time, to the point where you feel like you know a lot about them, but they might not really take the time to listen and to get to know you. I'm hearing one-sided strangers. Wow, this is interesting. So for whoever I'm speaking to, whether this is a friend, a family member, a love interest, a coworker, this is someone who has constantly talked so much about themselves and not listened to you or tried to understand your inner world, to the point where you actually know them very well, but they don't really know you at all because they haven't really taken the time to get to know you. They've also been so superficially focused and preoccupied with something related to the material, superficial world, but in a way that's been blocking them from really connecting with their deeper self. Now, of course, we live here in this physical, beautiful world where our spirit is here materialized, embodied in this physical form, and we're meant to be enjoying the physical world, of course. But I feel it's gotten very out of balance for this masculine, where it's like whatever they are obsessing over or so heavily fixating on in the superficial plane has actually blocked them from going deeper, especially when it comes to interpersonal relationships. So if this is a love situation, I feel like this person was given many opportunities to take the connection deeper with you, to really listen and get to know you on a deeper level. And they refused that offer. And I do feel almost like you reached a point of just being tired of this dynamic. I'm curious why you gave so much. I'm hearing of your empathy to this person. Maybe they were someone that you connected with in childhood or that you've known for a really long time. With the Six of Cups reversed, this can represent some kind of nostalgia, some kind of element of them connecting with your childhood or with your younger years. But also what I'm picking up here is this might be someone who actually connected with a wounded pattern within yourself. Maybe this is more of an inner child dynamic where maybe there was a part of you when you were younger who was constantly really working to understand and empathize with the people around you. And you learned to be okay with not being understood in return, not being listened to in return. And I'm hearing almost like over empathizing with others while denying yourself. And so for some of you, if this isn't someone that's connected to your roots, your hometown, your childhood, your family, then this might actually be just a person who connected to that wounded inner child dynamic where you were accepting behavior that was extremely self-focused from others and okay with just kind of being alone in your own little world and not really being understood within that world. I'm hearing accustomed to emotional loneliness, but you're healing that pattern. You're healing it by really noticing who is taking the time to get to know you, to understand you, to connect with you on a deeper level, and who is so self-absorbed that they aren't taking an interest in a reciprocated kind of connection with you. And so this has been a beautiful point of growth for you, is what I'm getting, where essentially you are focused on only participating in connections that are really feeding your soul and really fueling you in a way, making the effort to understand you. But also I see you having some kind of breakthrough when it comes to your own personal life. Now, maybe this is the breakthrough. Maybe it's this emotional breakthrough that you deserve better in connections, whether it's a friendship or a relationship, that your energy is extremely valuable, that your time is valuable, and that you aren't willing to be connecting with someone who isn't respecting your time and energy. But this also feels like it could be a very specific breakthrough in regards to your work, in regards to your soul's purpose, something you're creating, something you're doing here on this physical planet. And I feel that although for whoever I'm picking up on here, this breakthrough might be more so happening in the mental realm, meaning it's something you've realized, or maybe a new idea that's occurred to you, a new way of doing something related to your work or to your life path. Although it may have been this kind of mental realization, it's going to lead to some very powerful results over time in your physical world. Specifically, some kind of major wish or dream is going to be coming true with this Nine of Cups energy as a result of this breakthrough. I'm hearing, don't underestimate any kind of breakthrough you've had recently, even if it's just been in your own mind, even if it's something you can't quite articulate or put into words or explain to other people, because this mental or emotional breakthrough is actually going to lead to some major wish fulfillment in a gradual sense over the course of time. So I'm going to be reshuffling the cards here. It's interesting because there is a card from the Burning Heart Love Oracle that got mixed in with the traditional tarot that I just noticed a moment ago. And when this occurs, of course, I don't believe in coincidences. So I feel we were actually meant to take this card from the deck, but the fact that it was kind of hidden in the deck, it caught my eye, but it took a little while of reading for it to catch my eye, tells me that something about this message might be a bit subtle, meaning this person might not really be outright with telling you this in the physical yet. They might be kind of trying to conceal this or hide this at the time, at this moment. But this card says, we're meant to be together. I will wait as long as it takes for a shot with you. So I want to know more about that energy. Who is coming through with that card? Who is this coming up for the Divine Feminine listening here? Now, of course, it could be reversed for you. I know we do have some Divine Masculines listening in, and maybe you are resonating more so with the Divine Feminine. But for the most part, I feel I'm going to be addressing those of you who are deeply and consistently resonating with the Divine Feminine polarity. Wow, there was actually a second Burning Heart Love Oracle card mixed in with this deck that I didn't know about. And as I was shuffling, it's the card that came out and it said, I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. So what clarification can I get on this? Wow, we're getting the Ace of Swords again. This is another way there is mirroring taking place in your interpersonal relationships. For some of you, this may be the same person that came out with that Lovers card reversed at the beginning of the reading, where I said, if you were feeling some sadness around a connection, some fear around whether your feelings were being reciprocated, I said that that sentiment was actually being heavily mirrored by the other person who had some of the same fears. I'm hearing that if you ever randomly think about reaching out to this person during the day or daydream about being physical with them or romantic with them, this is actually that mirroring taking place where they are thinking of that or thinking about reaching out at that same moment simultaneously. It's interesting that they are also getting the Ace of Swords because this is what came through around your energy when it comes to something very personal in your life. So this person themselves may be having some kind of mental breakthrough. But I'm getting that while your mental breakthrough might be about something related to your work, to your personal life, to your soul's purpose, this person's breakthrough actually seems to be related to the connection between the two of you. There's some element of intimidation here. This is someone feeling intimidated because you're coming up as the Queen of Swords in their mind. So they feel like whether or not you feel this is true for you personally, this is a masculine who feels like you are able to really keep a handle on your emotions, that you are not necessarily over emotional or emotionally driven. You are someone who's able to make very solid decisions for yourself, for your highest good, kind of leaving the in the moment emotions out of that equation. Now, the ironic thing is, what this person is kind of missing about you is that you actually are someone who's deeply in touch with your emotions. And you are actually someone who's very emotionally guided in the sense that you know your emotions are indications of your own intuition. It's just that you are also someone who has learned to create space between feeling an emotion and reacting to it. You may have created this space through meditation, through introspection, just through your spiritual awakening process. So you don't act impulsively. You allow yourself to feel your emotions, but you also know how to process them and how to understand what they're trying to tell you, as well as how to discern between the emotions that are fleeting and more like an impulsive reaction and the emotions that are actually coming from a deeper place, that kind of gut level intuitive place. And you always respond to and follow those gut level intuitive forms of feeling guidance, but you also know how not to act impulsively when these kind of fleeting emotions pop up within you. So that's kind of the nuance here, that this person isn't completely understanding, but from their limited human perspective, they are just perceiving you as someone who really has a handle on themselves, on their emotional world, on their reactions to things. You might be in situations on a daily basis, whether it's in the workplace, in your business, in your life, where things or people around you do get a rise out of you internally or make you feel a certain way emotionally internally. But again, you know how to withdraw yourself, extract yourself from that situation, go within, process those emotions, and come out in this confident, positive kind of way after you've done that internal emotional processing on your own, rather than just reacting to those emotions in the moment. This is another powerful marker of your own spiritual growth as well. And it's something this person really admires about you, but I also get that they don't see themselves that way. They see themselves as someone who is very reactive, but especially when it comes to you, they find it very difficult to control what they say around you, to control what they show you visibly about how they're feeling. And they will be in regret after, because they always feel as though they've said too much or they've shown too much to you. This might actually be why at times when this person is feeling especially emotional about you or the connection, they may actually withdraw or be very silent or not communicate or not interact physically, intentionally, because they have this awareness that when they get around you, there is no controlling what comes out of their mouth or what they're going to express to you. I'm hearing there's something very open about your energy that makes people in general naturally want to express their deeper emotions to you. It almost is inevitable for them. When people are around you, it's almost like you don't do this intentionally, but it's like your energy pulls the truth out of them, whether it's the truth of how they're feeling, where they are in life, things about their past. And so what happens is sometimes people will intentionally not communicate or interact with you, or they will withdraw themselves from your life for periods of time when they know that they're going through a lot emotionally, or when they don't want to process or be honest with themselves about what's coming up from their past or present. Because no lie, no deception, even a self-deception can stand in your energy. Your energy has a way of dissolving illusion, dissolving deception, even the ways that someone might be deceiving themselves. And it takes someone who is extremely resilient and open and strong on a soul level, on a spiritual level, to be able to withstand the process of constant dredging up of the truth and self-analysis of that truth in order to be present consistently with you, because that's the effect that you tend to have on others. I was seeing a chiropractor and how they will give an adjustment, and it's almost as though your energy gives people that kind of adjustment energetically, spiritually. It brings them back, it kind of pops them back into alignment. But it can also be a bit uncomfortable for them in the moment. But again, it does bring these powerful positive results into their lives if they are willing to submit to that process of being aligned. This, by the way, happens really, really naturally and automatically. It's a spiritual gift that you have. Every conversation, every interaction that you are having with a person, I'm hearing that most of your interaction with them is actually happening at a higher level. It's almost as though you are reaching out to their higher self and communicating, having this kind of overlaying conversation with their higher self, as your physical 3D selves could be having an entirely different and much more surface level interaction. That's why interacting with you is never really truly surface level. Because even if you're just having a small talk conversation with someone or a very brief interaction, what's happening between you at a higher level and that person's higher self is so powerful and transformative. and revealing as well. That word revealing keeps coming out, that you reveal someone's true self to themselves. And if they were unaware of their own true self, or they don't want to look at it, being around you and your revealing presence can be extremely uncomfortable. So I'm not sure why all of that was coming out as we were channeling into this specific person. Maybe that's kind of the complex dynamic that they deal with when they are around you. And yet I'm hearing, I can't stay away from you. This person with the card romance has been heavily thinking about being romantic with you. I'm hearing gentle gestures. So things like possibly kissing your forehead, hugging you from behind, being very gentle and romantic with you in whatever way that resonates for you personally. This is someone really determined to have those kinds of romantic opportunities with you. They're very fixated on the ending here, on that outcome here, but there's something weighing them down, and it has to do with control or beliefs. It may be that this is someone trying to control the process or control the connection with you because they are feeling so much love, but also so much uncertainty. And so a major lesson that this journey with you is teaching this person is how to relinquish their control and surrender to the process, how to allow their emotions to be their guide and surrender to this. Even if they do have all of this uncertainty from a logical perspective, because I feel that whatever this connection is between the two of you, it really resists being controlled, being categorized, being figured out through the logical mind. It's something that can only be felt and sensed and surrendered into. With the card beliefs as well, there may be certain beliefs weighing this person down. I'm not sure exactly what these are. These might be beliefs that they perceive to be keeping the two of you apart or preventing some kind of coming together here. We have the card Runner, escape from emotion and confusion. This might be someone feeling confused by the intensity of their own internal emotions around you. And a bunch of cards just almost fell out as I was holding them, which tells me that those emotions are very intense. They're feeling a lot for you. It's interesting. I heard a song lyric, we go from one kiss to getting married, or something along those lines. And it reminds me of the energy coming through with this person. It's like they feel like connecting with you is kind of this inevitability, this avalanche. It's like they can't just linger around you or tiptoe around your edges energetically because they always get fully pulled in. And that might be what this person is trying to control. It's like this all or nothing dynamic where they feel like they get the slightest bit close to you or around you or have the smallest conversation, and suddenly they find themselves just wanting to be together forever with this marriage card coming out here. Yes, for some of you, it might be literal marriage if that's relevant for you. For others of you, that might just be wanting this committed, long-term, stable connection with you. And they almost feel like that desire is destructive with the destruction card. But what it's really destroying is the past version of themselves that was trying to control, that was stuck in certain belief systems that were keeping them stuck, not just in a romantic sense, potentially with you, but actually keeping them stuck in their life generally, regardless of the outcome here between the two of you. What this person may not be consciously realizing at this time is that what the connection with you is teaching them around releasing control, around relinquishing some of these belief systems that were holding them back. What they're not realizing is that the learning of those lessons is actually opening them up energetically in such a way that is going to catalyze and evolve them and transform them in all areas of their life, in their work, in terms of their abundance, their success, their family relationships, friendships, social landscape, emotional world, everything in their life. And that's the beautiful thing about connecting with you, Divine Feminine, is regardless of the outcome between you and others in terms of friendships, connections, romantic situations, you always leave people better than you found them, in the sense that your energy is like a spiritual awakening wrapped up in a person. It helps people to open up energetically. It helps them to release control and surrender in to the divine plan for their own life. And this might really be bringing this reading full circle, because in the beginning, we talked about people pulling on your energy. And the reason they might be pulling on you at this time from a higher perspective is because you do have this gift of simply, by connecting with someone, helping them at a higher level to be brought into closer alignment with their own truest version of self, which transforms all areas of their life. So in a sense, these people pulling on your energy are subconsciously and spiritually aware of this powerful gift and ability that you have, and aware of how connecting with you could potentially be this powerful opportunity to transform them on such a deep level. So you are doing such a wonderful job, whoever you are. I feel someone really needed to hear that, especially if the energy has been intense for you lately. I will be continuing this reading on to Patreon. So in the Patreon reading, we will be taking a look at anyone or anything connecting with your energy at this time, what they are thinking, feeling, what they might want to say to you. We will also be channeling any messages from your spirit guides or your higher self, whatever divine forces you personally connect with, and any other details that want to manifest through that reading. So if you would like to join our Patreon Soul Tribe, you can do so by clicking the link in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. For now, I am going to be closing this first reading here by just sharing one message from the Rumi Oracle card, Hand of Fatima. And this card says, I can never leave you, not for a moment, not for an hour. You are in everything I do. You are my everything. My drink is your sweetness. I move to your command. I am a surrendered prey in your hands, and you are my consuming lion. Your soul and my soul are truly one soul. I swear to our one soul, I long for no one but you. In the garden of your grace, I am only a germinating sprout. The crown of my blooming is the desire to be in your arms. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, you are giving birth to more spirit than you have ever held before. This oracle brings you the guidance that what is being born in your life right now, in your own consciousness as a seed, perhaps of a new way of being, a new idea, belief system, philosophy, or sense of self, is going to come to maturity under the loving protection of the Divine Mother. You are being asked to heed your intuition and instincts. So this feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. If you are connecting with my energy, then of course I invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself, where I post more energy updates, inspiration, and information. If you are feeling guided to continue on with me now to the extended version of this reading on Patreon, the link to do so is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love. Have a beautiful remainder of your day and weekend, and I will connect with you here again in Monday's reading.